Today we're working on the accounting basics. You may have always wanted to know how accounting works. You're not really sure. Maybe it's been a long time since you looked at accounting, you took accounting in college, but I'm here to help. Today we're going to do, in about 15 minutes, all the accounting basics, starting with business transactions, journal entries, the trial balance, and the financial statements. So let's get started. If you're new, my name's Jeff. I've taught accounting as a professor for many years, so I think I can really help you learn the accounting basics. All right, so let's say we have a business transactions with Yvette Consulting. We have a brand new business, and we have Yvette starts her business and has several different transactions. So what we're going to do is we're going to use T accounts. We're going to list all the accounts and put T accounts, and the left side and the right side will add and subtract. Now we use a special feature in accounting called debits and credits. You may have heard of debits and credits. Let me give you a secret real quickly, and I've got plenty of videos. I'll link to videos down below. So debit is the left side, credit is the right side. So half the accounts go up with debits and half the accounts go up with credits. So they are opposite, they flip. So assets are things we own that have value. So resources owned by the business, debits increase because it has a debit balance, and credits make it go down. Liabilities are debts or payables, and equity is how much is owner finance. So here's what we have. We have the accounting equation that says assets have to equal liabilities plus equity. Another way to look at the accounting equation is how much of our assets are financed by debt, how much are financed by equity or by our owners. And so these accounts go on the balance sheet. And so you have assets have to equal liabilities plus equity. That's the balance sheet. We have two other accounts, and the revenues and expenses are the two. Well, revenues makes owner's equity go up. So it's going to follow the same rules. Credits will increase. It has a credit balance. Expenses make owner's equity go down, so therefore it has a debit to increase. Now revenues and expenses will show up on the income statement. If the revenues are higher, you're going to have a net income. If the expenses are higher, you'll have a net loss. All right, a few ground rules, that way we're ready to do the transactions. So here's what we want to do. Let's start with these transactions. Yvette starts her business and she puts in cash. So what entries do we make? The amount is $12,000, so we need to increase. That takes a debit of cash, and her owner's equity is $12,000. So after that first transaction, we're going to have a debit and a credit. It's called double entry accounting, and we're going to have the debits and credits equal, and our balance sheet is going to be cash is an asset equals liability, which is 0, and owner's equity, which is $12,000. All right, so let's go quickly and do all these little journal entries. We paid 3 months rent, $3,000. So what it takes is prepaid rent is going to go up $3,000. It's an asset. And cash goes down $3,000. It's also an asset. So we buy equipment for $8,000. So equipment, we're going to use office equipment or equipment. $8,000 is our equipment. And how did we pay for that office equipment? Well, we paid for it with cash, $8,000. So you can see we have one cash goes up and then two cash amounts go down. All right, the next thing that happens is we paid advertising costs and we paid utilities bills. So we paid $900. Now watch. We've used up $11,900 of cash. We started with $12,000. Our cash balance is going to be very low right now, only $100. But what do we do with these two expenses? One is going to be advertising expense, which is a debit for $500, and the other is a utility expense for $400. So we have advertising expense that goes up, utility expense goes up, and cash goes down. All right, the next thing that happens is we worked for clients and we sent them a bill. The invoices are due in 30 days. Now, this is revenue. This is revenue. So we're going to recognize revenue, service revenue, $4,200. And we're going to recognize an accounts receivable, $4,200. So our accounts receivable is an asset, the right to receive cash. It goes up, and we recognize revenue. We got two more transactions here. On December 21st, we worked for clients and we received cash. So this is going to be revenue. This is going to be the amount of $5,200. $5,200, we received cash. And we're going to debit cash because cash goes up. We're following the rules that we had at the very beginning. Don't worry about the debit and credit rules. I'm putting it in the right place. You can see how it goes when we figure out the balance of each account. We have one more transaction. We borrowed on a bank note. We got down so low in cash, we thought, hey, we better borrow some cash. So therefore, our cash goes up, and the amount is $10,000. And we're going to sign a note, $10,000. We have a debit and a credit. Okay, now we can figure out the balance of every account. Before we get to an adjusting entry, let's figure out the balance of each account. A lot of them only have one transaction, so it's going to be really easy. We're going to do the sum of all the debits minus the sum of all the credits. Make it really easy. So therefore, the balance of cash is going to be $15,300. The balance of accounts receivable is $4,200. The balance of prepaid rent is $3,000. The balance of equipment is $8,000. The balance of notes payable, $10,000. You can easily see. $12,000 owner's equity. We have an account called retained earnings. That's where we're going to put our net income or net loss. Now, service revenue, we have $4,200 plus $5,200. So we have revenue of $9,400. Our advertising expense is $500. Our utilities expense is $400. And we don't have rent expense right now. Okay, so these are the balances before we make the adjusting entries. Now, we have one adjusting entry, and let me show you what this means is over time things change. So you see we purchased rent at the beginning of December and we paid for 3 months, but after 1 month, 1 month of rent has been used up, so $3,000 divided by 3 months, it's $1,000 each month. So what we need to do is make an entry. We're going to say prepaid rent. We're going to reduce it by $1,000. So this prepaid rent now is going to be $3,000 minus $1,000. So it's going to be a $2,000 balance after our adjusting entry. So this right here is our adjusting entry. Now what's the other side of that adjusting entry? It's going to be rent expense of $1,000. And so our balance of rent expense is $1,000. Okay, so now we have all the accounts. We've handled all the transactions and then any adjusting entries. So here are the balances of all our accounts. Now, we need to do a trial balance. We need to figure out, do the balances, all the debits and all the credits equal? So let's start with all these accounts and let's plug it in. So we have cash. Our cash is going to be $15,300. Our accounts receivable is going to be $4,200. Our prepaid rent is $2,000. It's not $3,000. At the end of December, we've used up 1 month, so now the prepaid rent is only $2,000 more. Our equipment is going to be $8,000. So those are our assets. Now we're switching over to liabilities. We have one notes payable, and the notes payable is $10,000. Owner's equity is going to be $12,000. Retained earnings right now is going to be $0. Our revenue, our service revenue, is going to be $9,400. That's a credit. Okay, you see we're putting debits and credits. Those are important. You don't need to know this to understand accounting. You just need to understand, hey, those are valuable when we're adding and subtracting. Then we have advertising expense of $500. We have utilities expense of $400. And we have rent expense of the $1,000. Whoops. I did not equals. Wow. 1,000 is our rent expense. So here's what we want to do. We want to add all these up and make sure our debits equal our credits. So we do the sum of the debits and the sum of the credits. And we have 31,400. So we're in balance. We haven't seen an obvious mistake. If we're not in balance, we've made a mistake either on the journal entry or the balance, figuring out the balance of each account. So the trial balance says, okay, we can go forward. Now it's time to do the financial statements. We started with the transactions. Now we have the balance of every account. Now we can do the financial statements. So what I've done is just made it real easy for us. We have an income statement, so I need to find revenue. So what's my revenue? We know it here. Our revenue is $9,400. Okay, so our total revenue is $9,400. Our advertising expense is going to be $500. Our utilities expense and rent expense are going to be $400 and $1,000. So what's our total expense? Our total expense is $1,900. So to get net income, we're going to take the $9,400 minus the $1,900, and we have revenue, net income of $7,500. So how well did Yvette do in her first month? She made $7,500. $7,500 is how well she did in a single month, right? So hopefully that would continue month after month. And so she has a much larger income for the year, net income for the year. Now, income statement says, how well did you do the last period? The balance sheet says, what is your financial position? So we're going to look at all the assets, all the liabilities, and all the equity. So cash is how much? Well, we'll go back to our trial balance. Our cash is $15,300. And our accounts receivable, I can just copy this down because I have it on the trial balance. Our accounts receivable is $4,200. Our prepaid rent is $2,000. Our equipment is $8,000. So what's our total assets? Our total assets are $29,500. So we know our liabilities and equity have to equal $29,500. What is our notes payable? Our notes payable here is $10,000. So that's the total liabilities we have. And what's the owner's equity and retained earnings to get equity, right? So let's start with our owner's equity is $12,000 and retained earnings. Now look, retained earnings looks like it's zero. But what happens, retained earnings goes up when we have net income. So what we're going to do is point to and grab this number right here, 7,500. So we're going to see, does our balance sheet balance? If I take the total liabilities plus total equity, does that equal 29,500? Yes, it does. So the balance sheet tells us what's our financial position? How well are we right now? Do I have lots of debt? Do I have lots of equity? And this says, of the 29,500 of assets, 10,000 is financed by debt, and the remaining, this is 19,500, the remaining is financed by equity. So how many dollars of assets are financed by debt versus financed by equity? All right, our last one is our cash flow statement. Now, cash flow statement is going to say how much did cash increase or decrease during the period. Now, I'm just going to have to kind of work through this one. That's a little bit different when we do the cash flow statement. So what is the cash received from customers? We had two transactions. One was on account. We sent them an invoice. The other one was a cash transaction. So the second one, remember the second one, 5,200, was a cash transaction where we calculated the cash received from customers. Now, we also paid cash for rent. How much cash did we pay for rent? Well, we paid $3,000. So minus $3,000 is our cash paid for rent. Let me go back and look at these transactions. So what we had was, we work for clients and they haven't paid us the $4,200 yet, but they have paid us $5,200. So our cash received from customers is $5,000. We paid $3,000 for rent. And so therefore that is all operating. Now let me explain the situation on the cash flow statement. We have operating activities, everything involved in creating net income. Now we have some more operating expenses, and it was the advertising and utilities, and that total was $900. So what we have is, we have the total cash flows from operating activities is going to be a positive $1,300. Now our next section, our next two sections are going to be investing activities. Investing activities is what we buy, what kind of asset do we buy that's long-term, or we sell long-term assets. So this would be equipment or buildings or land or long-term assets. Now, did we buy equipment? Yes, we did. And we paid $8,000 for that equipment. So our investing activities, we took some of our cash and we purchased equipment to run our business, for the long term. This equipment lasts for maybe 5 years or 10 years. Now, financing activities is the idea we're borrowing money, or owners put money in, we're repaying loans, owners take money out of the business, like dividends. So we have two things going on here. We had investment by owner, Yvette, and that was a positive $10,000. And we had increase in notes payable. Another way to say this is we borrowed money. We borrowed long-term debt, and so that's $12,000. All right? So what is our cash flow? Let's do the total for financing activities. Our financing activities are $22,000. So what we have is, we have operating activities, we have investing activities, and financing activities. So it splits up all the transactions into those three categories. So what was our net cash flow? $1,300 plus a negative $8,000 plus a positive $22,000. So therefore, our net cash flow is $15,300. Now we started beginning cash of 0. So our ending cash is going to be 15 plus the beginning, and it also is going to be the ending cash. Since it's the very first month of operations, our beginning cash is 0, and so therefore our ending cash is going to equal our net cash flow. So into next month, our ending cash will become beginning cash for next month, and then hopefully we'll have positive cash flow from there. I hope this has helped you understand the accounting basics. I have lots of videos on accounting. I've got debit and credit rules. I've got ways to do the financial statements. Each financial statement show you how to do this, how to make journal entries. So if this is helpful, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I can help you learn accounting, and thanks for watching, and good luck in accounting.